Hello everybody. Today I'm back with a new video. It's been a long time, but today I'm going to be talking about new Avengers Doomsday casting reveal and some of my predictions for the rest of the cast. So, as millions of people watched yesterday, as Marvel released some of the official cast for Avengers Doomsday, there were about 26, 27 people who I'm going to first go over as the confirmed actors, and then I'm going to go into some brainstorming and some, you know, just guesses on who else will be in the film or those who will just completely be avoided. I looked from the final battle in Avengers Endgame. I looked at the people who were at Tony Stark's funeral at the end of that movie, and I also compared to all the Phase 4 and 5 movies, shows, TV specials to see who wasn't announced and who could be announced. So as you can see, this is the official confirmed cast, and I'm just going to go over them and talk about how I think they'll be grouped up. So first off, we have Doctor Doom, obviously the big bad of this movie. We then have Thor and Loki, who Thor, I mean, obviously, hopefully they will reunite, whether in this movie or in Secret Wars. But Loki is currently at the end of, holding the timelines together at the end of time, and Thor was last seen training his new adopted daughter at the end of Love and Thunder. So hopefully, some way, those two will meet up in this movie. Next, I'm going to talk about the mutants. And these mutants most likely will be from the Earth and universe that was in the end of the Marvels, where Monica Rambeau was taken to, and where she woke up with Beast and the other X-Men talking to her. So this is going to be Professor X, Magneto, Nightcrawler, Mystique, Cyclops, Beast. And even though Channing Tatum Gambit is in this, he might be from that universe. We don't know, but at least those are the mutants focused, and there could be more. Jean Grey could be there. I'm gonna get more into who's gonna hopefully show up, but just Jean Grey, Hugh Jackman, maybe even Iceman, Cyclops, or not Cyclops, Juggernaut, like those guys. So next, we got the Fantastic Four, who are all going to be in their movie coming up soon. That's Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing. And then the other big team we have is the Thunderbolts, with Bucky, Yelena, U.S. Agent, Ghost, and Red Guardian. And as you can see, Taskmaster is not in this, which might mean she dies in Thunderbolts, and Sentry is in this, which also sort of means that he's not dying, which is good. But maybe he'll be turned good by the end of it. I also skipped out on Captain America, but as you can see, Sam Wilson, Captain America, and Danny Ramirez, the Falcon, both who were just in their own movie, will be in this, so that'll be cool. Which, to see all three movies coming out this year from Marvel Studios, they'll have a big part to play in this movie. So next, we have Black Panther, we have Shuri, M'Baku, and Namor, who were last seen in Wakanda Forever. And Namor was honestly the first surprise for me. I completely forgot, he could be involved in these, and I'm pretty excited to see him. And I wonder where they'll go with Wakanda in this movie, and if they'll have a role to play political-wise. Finally, we have more of the, really just two with Shang-Chi and Ant-Man, which are more just, Earthbound. Do have connections. Shang-Chi with his gauntlets, and Ant-Man just with seeing Kang and being in, Quantumania and the multiverse and all that stuff. And those are the end of the people that were announced yesterday. There also are some rumors about, maybe Steve Rogers showing up, and maybe Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter, but nothing's confirmed yet. So this is also the new logo that was announced yesterday. Personally, I think it gives it more of a Doom vibe, but the last one was cleaner. So hopefully, that could be still in a work of progress. They still have a year. But now this is where I get into my predictions of who wasn't announced and who could be, or who I just think they'll avoid and skip completely, or they'll be waiting for Secret Wars. So first off, we have Spider-Man. I mean, this is a no-brainer. I think everyone thinks he will be in this. I also added the other Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I don't think they would be in this one. I think they would wait to be them in Secret Wars, but I think Tom Holland Spider-Man should be in this movie, especially to see him encounter RDJ, known as Iron Man, as Doctor Doom. Next, I have Wong and Doctor Strange, as well as American Chavez. These three were mainly last seen at the end of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and I know previously with King Dynasty, Doctor Strange is going to have a big role, but you can't have an Avengers film without Wong and Doctor Strange and American Chavez, especially with how important she is to the multiverse and her portals. Next, we have Fury and Rhodey, War Machine. So this one was a little weird because Secret Invasion obviously wasn't well received, but Nick Fury has to be in this movie, and then hopefully Rhodey will be in this. Um, it's hard with since Disney Plus and the shows like timeline wise where everyone is. But I'm guessing they'd definitely be in a big battle. It's just whether or not they show up and who brings them, who gets them involved. So we'll see on that. Next, we have Wanda and White Vision. Wanda also plays a big role. You know, she's a mutant. She was seen dying at the end of Doctor Strange 2, but we all know she won't be dead for long, especially with the multiverse. And then White Vision, which in some of the leaked concept art, no one knows if this is actually for the Russo's movie or previous iterations of the movie, but White Vision was seen chilling on the couch with Star-Lord. So hopefully he'll have a big part to play. Next, we have Wasp and the Lang family. So I really don't know what's going on with these guys, especially since Ant-Man Quantumania, after that movie. It's like I could see the Lang family, who are the older two, Hank and Janet. I could see them honestly dying in this movie as the actors are getting old and they have told a big story. They had a trilogy with them. And then Wasp definitely will be around if Ant-Man's around. Next, we have Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau. As I said previously, the mutants ideally will be will be with Monica Rambeau, so she should be in that, especially as she can connect. She can be like, yo, they're X-Men in their universe, they're the good guys, and talk back with the Avengers. Captain Marvel also, ideally, she'll be in this, though in the past two Avengers movies, she didn't, or she wasn't in Infinity War, but in Endgame, she'd have a major role, honestly, because she's just so OP. So she could show up. Next, obviously, Deadpool and Wolverine. I think these two they'll save them for Secret Wars. I think they'll be on their own and show them on Secret Wars. I just think to add them to such a dominant cast already of mutants, especially like the OGs from X2 and The Last Stand and stuff, I think they want to focus on those mutants and not just Deadpool and Wolverine again. This one I thought of. I don't think these guys will be in the movie. These are more, maybes. But that's Red Hulk, the leader in the Abomination. Just with Brave New World just coming out and the leader warning of something, and Red Hulk being in prison, but he's a Hulk. And obviously right now, Hulk, who also wasn't announced, he's still Smart Hulk. So, if you want some stuff done, Red Hulk's going to be who you go to if you can control it. That leads me to Scar, Hulk's son, and She-Hulk. No idea if they'll be in it. But like I said, more Hulks can get the job done. You need some strong allies to help show up and fight someone, fight some Doombots, fight somebody. They could be there. This goes back to Black Panther with Okoye and Black Panther's son at the end of Wakanda Forever. He's obviously too young. Maybe they'll do a time jump, but I think they'll be saving them for Secret Wars. And Okoye, if M'Baku's in it and Black Panther, I think Okoye should be in it, even if it's, just a little 2-minute segment. But I feel like you got to show her. I'm getting near the end. This is going a little longer than I wanted to. But next we have Hawkeye, Echo, Daredevil, and Kingpin. So I'm currently watching Daredevil. I'm enjoying that right now. But with this being more Doomsday, I personally don't see Daredevil, Kingpin, and Echo being in it. I see Hawkeye being in it just because he's an Avenger. But Daredevil and Kingpin and Echo, I don't see them playing a major part, especially because what are they really going to do to fight Doom? Next, we have Valkyrie, Thor's new daughter, Love, and Korg. This was another thing, like, they could show up, but honestly, what are they going to do? Like, we don't know much about Love. Korg is, Korg's a fun character, but what is he going to do? And Valkyrie, I think she could help out. I think out of any of these three, Valkyrie is most likely to help, especially with New Asgard. And then this one I got mainly from the funeral, because maybe they could play a small part, but Pepper, Happy, Morgan, and even the kid from Iron Man 3 that they showed at the funeral, it's like, since RDJ's involved as Doom, maybe they'll have a part to play. Maybe they'll try to use them to get to talk to him, or maybe Doom will play them as he looks like RDJ. But just with RDJ being back, you never know. Any of the Starks could be involved. These three, I do not think they'll be on it at all. I think they'll focus on this more in the next saga. But that's Moon Knight, Blade, and Black Knight, who was teased at the end of Eternals. Who also, I have some groups at the end who were not talked about at all, which could or could not be in it. But I don't think they're going to go into, the horror monster aspect. I just think it's too soon. And I loved Moon Knight. Blade still hasn't been in the movie, so actually, he's not showing up. But Moon Knight, I just don't think he'll show up in this. But groups missing. Eternals, I also think they're saving them. Guardians of the Galaxy, they could show up. I think they'd wait for Secret Wars for that. I think Star-Lord could be in this, though. The Young Avengers, Miss Marvel, Cassie Lang, Kate Bishop. That's also, like, we know they're recruiting and trying to create a team. Will they be in Doomsday? I just don't see them putting up a good fight, personally. I think that's also a Secret Wars thing. There were rumors about animation, like the What If team with Captain Carter, just different animated characters. That'd be interesting. I also think that's a Secret Wars thing. And then back to the monsters and witches. Agatha, I'm currently watching that. I don't think witches would be in this. Same with Werewolf by Night and monsters. I just think that area they're going to save for after. Whatever saga's next, I think they're going to save it. And then back to Fury and Rhodey, Skrulls. Could Skrulls play a part into this? I really don't think so. I think it'd be cool, but Secret Invasion really upset a lot of people. And then finally, these are the unreleased shows and movies that are coming out that have been confirmed before Doomsday. So any of these people could show up. Ironheart has her own show, but I think she'd be more in the Young Avengers. There's a lot of animation with Eyes of Wakanda and Marvel Zombies. Don't know how big of a role they would play. Wonder Man and Vision Quest. Vision Quest, about White Vision, and maybe about the two Maximoff twins being in it and like finding each other. That could be cool. Wonder Man, I got no idea what that's about. There is a Punisher special, but I don't think he'd be in this. And then Daredevil Season 2 and the Spider-Man cartoon Season 2. I just don't think they'll have a big role to play. And then movies, which we'll know more about, like Sentry and Taskmaster and Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. And then Spider-Man is supposed to come out after Doomsday, so maybe that's why he wouldn't be in this. But I'm hoping Tom Holland's still in this, because that would suck if there's no Spider-Man. And then, of course, Secret Wars. So, this was a longer video. Those are all the characters that I saw, throughout Phase 3 ending and going into this new saga with King in the multiverse. So these are the characters I think that will also be announced that are not surprises. I mean, these people showing up could be surprises, but, it's not going to be like the OG X-Men cast, like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. So those are just my guesses, and could be the full cast for Avengers Doomsday or even Secret Wars, which I think will be crazy. But if you're still here, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll get some more official cast confirmation soon.